What if an ordinary hat holds the deepest secret between two silently connected hearts? Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jikook Moment, the place where we dissect every glance, every smile, and yes, even the tiniest pieces of an outfit that could change everything. Today, we're diving into something that seems small but could be the key to an entire hidden narrative between Jimin and Jungkook. A hat. Yes, you heard that right. A hat with the word Tokyo that Jungkook wore at the airport, one that instantly sent the entire Jikook fandom into a frenzy. But hold on, this isn't just about fashion. There's a hidden date, there's emotional context, and there's a legendary history that simply can't be ignored. Is this a clue? A love code? Or maybe the beginning of a secret Jikook project that has long lived only in fan theories? Don't go anywhere, because what we're about to reveal today might make you see the entire journey of BTS, and especially Jikook, from a completely new perspective. That hat, Tokyo, and a huge secret. Are Jikook giving us a sign? ARMY and Jikook supporters around the world, are you ready to dig deeper? Because something big is happening. And it all starts with something small, a hat. But before we talk about that tiny item with massive meaning, let's begin with the news that made every ARMY's heart race. For the next 2 months, BTS won't be returning to Korea. Yes, you heard that right. This global group will be based in the United States for a full 2 months. Not for a tour, not for variety shows, and not even for solo projects. The reason? A long-awaited global event, a brand new full-length BTS album. It's been 6 years since their last full album was released. And this time, it's more than just a comeback. It's a labor of love by all 7 members. They're not just singing the songs, but are personally involved in the creative process. From conceptualizing, choosing genres, writing lyrics, producing sounds, and even crafting visuals and collaboration ideas. This isn't just music, it's BTS returning to their roots. Returning as artists. But as always, with BTS, and especially with Jikook, there's always something hidden beneath the headlines. Something waiting to be discovered. And this time, it all starts with one simple thing. Jungkook's hat. A casual outfit that looked ordinary as he stepped through the airport, heading to the US. But not to ARMY. Not to anyone who knows the history, the context, and the subtle signals they so often leave behind. The hat bore one word, Tokyo. Coincidence? There are no coincidences when it comes to Jikook. As soon as the airport photos circulated, the fandom went into detective mode. And they found more than just the Tokyo lettering. There was also a small, faint date printed beneath it, a date all too familiar to longtime Jikookers. A date that, without being explicitly stated, refers to a legendary moment when Jimin and Jungkook were in Tokyo together. Yes, GCF in Tokyo. The first Golden Closet film made by Jungkook, beautifully capturing the intimacy of 2 close friends on a trip that felt more like an unscripted love story. A video still regarded as a small masterpiece of affection and emotional detail, Jungkook's gift to Jimin. And now, years later, Jungkook wears a hat marked Tokyo with that exact same date, just as they're about to leave Korea for a personal joint project. What does this mean? Is it just a fashion choice? Just nostalgia? Or is it the sign? Because according to an exclusive report from Key Media, all of BTS's content production over the next 2 months will take place in the US, but not just any content. Some projects are specifically described as focused on member dynamics and visual storytelling, which, let's be honest, often leads us straight to Jikook. We know how particular Jungkook is with what he wears. We know he rarely wears anything without meaning. And when a small hat takes us back to GCF in Tokyo, a video he filmed, edited, scored, and released with the caption, "Precious Memory," we know this isn't random. This is part of the narrative. A red thread they've been weaving slowly. Jimin, who usually keeps a low profile at airports, looked especially radiant on this departure. Some ARMYs even said he seemed glowing. And if you look at the clips going around, it's clear how Jimin and Jungkook kept exchanging glances, smiling and walking side by side, as if they didn't want to be apart. Could they be working together on something deeply personal? A subunit? A duet? Or maybe a new version of GCF? Imagine this. GCF, Reprise, a visual short film opening the new BTS album, showing two people getting to know each other more deeply, exploring a foreign city, and sharing a narrative so real, it mirrors the never-ending story of Jikook. Theories are popping up all over social media. Some fans are convinced Jimin and Jungkook are filming something in LA, perhaps a music video. Others suggest a mini-documentary project. Observant armies even spotted Jimin's past solo project producer in the same area as Jungkook last week. Or maybe BTS, being the masters of subtle storytelling, are crafting a much deeper, more personal narrative through tiny symbols in their outfits, lyrics, and interactions. One thing's undeniable: Jikook is a narrative within the narrative. They're not just voices and visuals. They are a source of mystery, hidden clues, and unspoken emotional currents. They are a love story never confirmed, but never denied either. And now, with a new album scheduled for spring 2026, and 2 full months in a distant land, we're left to wonder. What are they preparing? Is the hat merely nostalgic? Or a signal of something far bigger? Maybe a quiet confession? Or even the start of a new chapter in the Jikook saga? ARMY, one thing is certain. When BTS says they're creating something big, believe that it's not just music. It's an experience. A story that will stir hearts and ignite our curiosity. And if you've ever believed in the tiny miracles hidden in lyrics, in a smile, in a fleeting glance caught on camera, then you know Jikook is speaking to us. This time through a hat. But who knows? Maybe next time through a lyric, a video, or a handhold witnessed by the world once again. Whatever it is, we'll be here, watching, connecting the dots, holding on to hope, because this story isn't over, and the next chapter has just begun. So ARMY, after all the theories, signs, and coincidences too perfect to be random, one thing is clear. That hat isn't just cloth with words. It's a symbol. A reminder of a cherished memory, and maybe, just maybe, a small window into the next chapter of Jikook. We don't know exactly what they're planning, but if history has taught us anything, it's this. Jikook never does anything without meaning. From GCF in Tokyo, to those sweet airport moments, to the full-length album now in the works in America, this all feels like threads forming a larger pattern. And maybe, just maybe, we're witnessing not just a musical comeback, but a layered emotional narrative slowly unfolding before our very eyes. So stay with us here on Jikook Moment, because we'll keep uncovering, decoding, and keeping the flame of hope alive. Because as we've always known, unconfirmed love doesn't mean it isn't real. And in BTS's world, love always finds a secret way to rise to the surface. See you in the next video, and don't forget, watch the hat. Watch the smile, because behind them might be a story that isn't over yet. Jikook isn't just a ship. It's a story still being written. See you soon, ARMY.